Hi, welcome to the third day of 14 days of code. Okay, so in this video today, I'm going to be talking about setting up your coding environment and also introducing you to front-end web development. So let's get going. Okay, so let's review the development environment that we are going to need to continue working with this course. Okay, I recommend downloading Google Chrome browser. In my opinion, Google Chrome is the best browser when you're working with front-end development. Of course, you are already comfortable with using Edge and Firefox or Safari. Well, you can continue using that, but in this course, I'm going to be using Google Chrome. So you can go ahead and download Google Chrome over here and install. Okay, so also we are going to be needing a text editor. Okay, some other people might call it a code editor. Fine, there's no problem with that. So I would prefer you install Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is free. It is available on different OS and it is flexible. So it's a great option to use Visual Studio Code when you are developing your website. Okay, so you can go ahead and download Visual Studio Code and install on your laptop. Okay, so over here I have downloaded and installed my Visual Studio Code. So this is the menu, this is the welcome page I'm going to be seeing on my Visual Studio Code. So the next thing we have to do now is to create a folder for our documents. Now I have created a folder on my desktop which is LearnWeb. So I'm just going to import the folder to my text editor. So I can go ahead and do that by clicking File, Open Folder, and click on the folder, OK button, and here it is. Okay, so after having your folder on your code editor, what do you want to have? What do you want to start doing next? So first of all, before you start coding, I would advise you install some extensions. So what are extensions? Extensions are just to add more functionalities while coding. Okay, so the first extension we are going to install is Live Server. So let me go ahead and expand this. Okay, so a live server does what? All it does for you is to create a virtual server on your laptop where you can use to view your project as you're working. So as you're coding, you want to view the changes you've made to your project. You can do that by using live server, and it's going to create a virtual server for you on your laptop. So I also advise you install HTML snippets. Okay, so what this does is that it gives you more flexibility while writing your HTML code. Okay, so I think we can go ahead. So now after installing your extensions, the next thing we want to do now to start coding is to create our HTML file. Now, if you have been reading my previous articles, I explained what HTML is. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining that again. Now, HTML is an abbreviation for Hypertext Markup Language. So what is this? What is HTML? What does it do? It's simple. HTML is to structure your web document. It's as simple as that. Okay, so you want to create a web page. You want to welcome people to the web page. You want to display an image on the web page. You want to display a video. You want to put a download link to your audio file. You want to write little text and do a lot of things with it. You can do that by using HTML. Okay, so and how do we do that? First of all, in our folder, we'll create a file, an HTML file. Now this file is your resource. If you've been reading, I talked about resources on the web server. So I talked about web page, I talked about website, the relationship between a web page, a website, a web server, and a web browser. So a website is made up of different web pages. So if you are creating a file now, this file is going to be what is displayed on your browser as a web page. You understand? So the compilations of all these different files is what is called a website. Now the file now is going to be rendered on your browser as a web page. So compilation of web pages is what is known as a website. So let's go ahead and create our file. So we're going to create an index.html file. So with this now, the next thing for us to do is to start writing our HTML code. So what do we do? How can we, okay, I want to create a simple web page now just to welcome people to my website. So what do I have to do first? Well, firstly, you have to declare the version of HTML you are using. HTML has lots of versions. Well, not lots, but few of them. HTML1, HTML2, HTML3, HTML4, and HTML5. So HTML5 is the most recent version, and it got some new elements, some new HTML elements. So the first thing I said we're going to do is to declare our HTML version. So we can do that by using this, by doing this dot type, so HTML. So with this, we've successfully told the browser that this version of HTML is HTML5. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is to create our HTML elements. Okay, so in this HTML element, all other HTML elements are going to be like a children to this. So this is the parent element. So whatever element we're going to be creating next is going to be a children to this. You understand? Okay, so let's go ahead. So now, in an HTML document, a basic HTML document, you have two aspects of it. You have the part that is only visible to the web browser. That is, the browser uses the information there to render your web page. And you have the part that is visible on your web page, the one that we see, the beautiful web page we see. You understand? So now, how do we do that now? We do that by using head tag, by using the head element. So we go ahead and create our head element. So anything, okay, let me explain this now. Anything inside the head element is only visible to the web browser. That is, the web browser uses the information there to render your web page. Okay, so now what are the things that are in the head element? We have your title tag, also known as title element. Now title element is to just create a title for your web page. We have the meta tag. Now meta tags are information about your web page. Understand? So it's like data about data. So I want to tell the browser what kind of websites I have. Okay, so we've got lots of we've got types of websites. You can have a company website, you can have a social media website, you can have a blog, you can have a music website, a video website, a gaming website, all other sorts of websites like that. So we can do that by specifying in our HTML, in our meta tag, to describe our documents. So this information are only used by the web browser, search engine optimization bots, and some other entities. So then we also have the link element in the head element. So the link element is going to be linking additional resources to your web, to your document, to your web page. Okay, so we are going to see how to do that in the next videos. And we also have the script tag. So the script tag is the HTML element you need to be able to import your JavaScript files into your web page. Okay, so maybe you wrote some scripts in another file and you want to use it on your web page. You can do that by using the script tag. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a title for our document. We can do that by using the title element. So do this. Now let's name our web page. Okay, so let me explain something here. Now there's a simple rule to writing HTML document. Okay, so the first aspect, this first block here, is called the open tag. Okay, and this other one here is called the close tag. You can see it has a slash. Okay, so anything in between of these is going to be rendered. You understand? So I want to create a title for my web page. How can I do that? I create the title tag and I put the title in between the elements, the title elements, in between the opening and the closing title tags. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead and write my title. So I just want to use welcome to my website. Okay, so with this I've created a title for my web page. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a body element. The body element. Now I said something earlier. I said to a web page we have two phases. You see, the aspect that is visible to the web browser. Now if I mean visible, not visible in that aspect, but what I mean is that the web browser uses the information there to be able to display and render your web page. Okay, so and the aspect that is visible, that will display on your browser to you as that beautiful website you see, is what are going to be in your body tag now, in your body element. So basically anything in between your body tag, your body elements, that is anything in here, anything from here to here, is going to be displayed on your web page. Okay, so now I want to just create a simple web page to welcome people to my website. I want to welcome my users. Okay, so and I want to have a heading there, and I want to just put some little write up there. So how do I do that? You can do that by using the h1 element. The h1 element. Now h1 element is a type of heading element that specifies the type of heading you want. Okay, so h1 element is the most important element, heading element. You see, so search engine optimization uses this element. So whenever all these bots, crawlers want to crawl your website, most times they search for the h1 element because it carries the most important title of that web page. Okay, so let's go ahead and create our heading. I want to use I there. Welcome to my website. Okay, so I want to put this exclamation mark there. Now the next thing I want to do now is to just write some little welcome notes. Okay, I want to tell them, welcome in my website, you can do this, you can do that, and be expecting a lot of things here, just description as to what you offer on your website. So you can do that by using the paragraph tag. Okay, so I'm going to break this down now, so let's just be patient and follow along. Okay, so using the paragraph tag now, I'll be writing my description for the web page there, or anything you want to write there, you can write it there. So I want to put I welcome you to my website. Okay, you can get a lot of things here. Catch fun, and also get to watch videos. Okay, so you've just told your users, you've just created a welcome note now, a simple welcome note for your users that are visiting your website. So we'll go ahead. Okay, you can save this, but I turned on auto save. Okay, so whenever I'm typing anything, it's saving automatically for me. So okay, let me turn it off and show you what I mean. Okay, once I turn it off now, okay, let me say I want to create another paragraph element. So all you have to do is sit down on my website. Okay, so if I want to save it now, save this document now, I can either come here and save. So that's it, it's saved. But I want to use this auto save. Okay, so now how do we view this? How can I view this? It's very simple. So I remembered, I told you to install the extension live server earlier. So we can do that by just right clicking, you see, then you come here and click open with live server. Okay, so the server is going to start and it's going to open up. Okay, so here we go. So we have hi there, welcome to my website. I welcome you to my website. Okay, you can get a lot of things there, like that. So basically, I told you. Okay, let me go back here now. Okay, let me run through this now. Now I will start from the edge element. I told you this part is not visible on the web page, right? So this is only used by the web browser to render your page. Okay, so now we have a title called welcome to my website. So I will show you the title now. So here we are. This is the title here, welcome to my website. So let me remove this and save, and let me, okay, you see I just have some bunch of my file type name and the pathway to my file there. Okay, so let me return it back there. So now let me tell you something about this live server real quick. Live server, whenever you make any changes to your documents, it automatically refreshes your web page and apply that change immediately. So that's why I asked you to use web server. Sorry, I said web server, live server. Okay, so these are part of the functionalities of using web server, live server. Okay, I'm saying web server again, live server. So now you can see this did not show on the web page here, so it's shown only on your address tab on your browser. Now so let's go ahead and see the body element now. First of all, you remember I told you each one is used as heading element. Okay, it's an heading element. So we have H1, we have H2, we have H3, H4, H5 and H6. So and I said the most important one of them is the H1. Then you can use H2 and H3, but the most important is the H1, followed by H2, followed by H3. So it's like an hierarchy. The most important, the important, you know, like that. So it's in an order of the most important down to the one of less importance. Most important to less of down to the one of less importance rather. So okay, let me create an H2 heading for you to see. H2 heading. This is a heading. Okay, so let's do that. Now you can see it's smaller compared to the H1. Okay, so this is the most important heading for your website. You want people to see this, you want people to know that you're welcoming them to your website, so it's the most important. So you use H1 for that. Okay, so you can use your H2 for your subheading. Okay, so as we've used it here, then you can use H3. So I'll just show you that real quick. H3, this is H3. Okay, so can you see it? You see it's smaller than H2 and it's very, very small compared to H1. So those are the characteristics of using H1, H2 and H3. Okay, so you want to use them based on the order of importance of your heading. Okay, yeah. So now for the paragraph tag, for the paragraph element, okay, over here now you see we have a little note here, a little welcome note here. I welcome you to my website and the rest of it. So the P tag basically is to create a paragraph for you. Okay, now let me give you a real life example now. Okay, I'm sure you're all familiar with the Microsoft Word, the Microsoft Word application, right? Okay, and you use it to write your Word documents, create documents and stuff like that. Then when you're creating your Word documents, most times you start with a heading, right? So let's just assume, let me take this off. So let us assume this is the heading now on your Word document. So how can you do that? How can you create that heading on your HTML document? You create that heading on HTML in your HTML document by using H1 element. Okay, so now after creating your heading in your Word document, you want to start writing some other information in your document, right? So you press the enter button, then it takes the cursor down to a new line. How can you do that on your web page? You can do that by simply using the paragraph tag. Okay, so now let me take it again. I want to create a document now. I want to have a heading there. I want to also have some write-ups there. So I cannot do that with HTML. To create an heading, remember you use the H1 element for the most important heading, right? Then to now start writing your additional write-ups, you use the paragraph tag. Okay, so now in your Word document now, you have different paragraphs. Okay, after writing about 5 to 6 lines, you want to create a new paragraph, right? So let us assume you want to do the same thing in your HTML document. How can you do that? You can do that by simply creating another paragraph element. Okay, so in this document now, I have first paragraph, second paragraph. So this is my first paragraph and this is my second paragraph. Okay, so you see that on the web page now, it showed this on a line and it created a new line and showed this too. So that is why it is doing that, because we told the browser this is a new paragraph, this is a paragraph, and this is also a paragraph. Okay, yeah, so that's just it. So with this now, you can just you can create a simulation of your Word document using HTML. Okay. Okay, so I want to I want to add I want to burden my website now. How can I do that? You can just use the B tag, the bold tag. Okay, so I want to burden this. So remember I told you about opening and closing tag. Anything in between the opening and closing tag is what is going to be rendered using that tag. Okay, so for this paragraph now, I put my block of text in the paragraph in between the opening and closing tag the paragraph tag. Okay, so anything in between this is going to be a paragraph. Okay, so now, and I want to burden this text my website, so you can do that using the bold tag, which is the B tag. So let me check my web page now. You can see this is bolding over here. Can you see it? Is now in bold effect. Okay, so you can also italics. You can also put this in italics. Maybe I want to make this italic, so I can do that by using the I tag. So it's called the italics tag. Let me check it out. So if you see this now, you see it is in italic form, right? So you can do that with those tags. So in the next videos, I'm going to be highlighting and giving you resources to where you can be familiar with HTML elements. Okay, so now let me make this clear. So okay, let me go back here. So now I told you we want to install, so not install, we want to create a web page to welcome people to our website. On the web page, you want to have a heading, a block of text to welcome people. You want to have image there, you want to have a video there, right? So how can you do that? You do that using HTML to structure your document, to structure your web page. Make this a heading, make this a paragraph, make this a heading, make this a paragraph, make this another paragraph. So you can do that using HTML. Okay, so this is just a simple and basic example of an HTML document, right? So thank you for watching and taking the course Becoming a Front-End Web Developer in 14 days. Okay, so just follow through, okay, and practice. You've got to practice, so it is really important you do that. Okay, so you've got to practice whatever I'm showing you. Okay, so in the next video we're going to be seeing more, okay, on HTML. So we'll be learning how to create different variations of heading, how to create more paragraphs, how to add image to our website. Okay, then also we'll also create a simple document, a resume. Okay, now let me put that now. We'll create a simple resume stating the title, your experience, and some other information like that. So we are going to be creating a resume, okay, in the next videos to come. Okay, so take time. You can, if you don't understand at in a go, you can pause the video or take it back a bit and to re-listen to what I said. Okay, so it's very simple. All right, so all you have to do is listen carefully to what I say, okay, and just get the principle. Right, a web page. I want to structure my web page. I want to put a heading here. I want to put a paragraph here, I want to put an image, I want to put a video, I want to make this font bolder, I want to make this italic, I want to underline this text, you know, all those things. So you do that using HTML. Okay, so have a nice time, guys. See you later.